Hi, everyone, and welcome to this masterclass for key strategies in order to become a confident woman with very high self-esteem. My name is Argentina Leyva. I am a body love coach, an author, a speaker, and a boudoir photographer. And for the last 13 years, I have been helping women like you feel more confident, embrace their unique type of beauty, increase their self-esteem. And I use boudoir photography and body love retreats around the world in order to do that. And now it is your turn to embrace who you are, feel beautiful, increase your confidence, and feel that you are good enough. So in this workshop, I want to tell you the four key strategies that every single one of the women that I have photographed applied in order to make this transformation a very powerful one. Because without these key strategies, it's just taking pretty pictures is not going to do the transformational results that you're looking for. So I discovered these four strategies when I did my own boudoir session. And when I started to analyze what happened to me, that one day I woke up and I realized that I was a very different person, that I had become a confident woman who was in love with her body and felt good about herself and defined her own value on her own terms and not by other people's opinions or beauty standards. I decided my worthiness on my own terms. And I really want for you to do the same. I want you to feel, get rid of this because you can see the reflection. I want you to feel the same way. I want you to feel that you are good enough. I want you to feel beautiful. I want you to feel confident. Live a life feeling that you are good enough. And the best thing is that these four strategies, they not only are going to work in order for you to feel confident and beautiful, but you can apply them in any area of your life because they are universal. It all starts with confidence on who you are to really achieve anything that you want in life. And when it comes to our confidence as women, our body image is the number one source of shame for women, that since we're little girls, we are conditioned to believe that our worthiness and our right to be loved and accepted depends on how this body looks. We define our worthiness by how this body looks. And we spend our lives hating our body, punishing our body, torturing our body, developing low self-esteem, low inner dialogue, bad opinion of ourselves, bad relationships, yo-yo diets, or, just so many things, all because we are pursuing this sense of worthiness, that we are good enough. And we think that our body is the reason why we're going to get loved. So in this masterclass, I want to show you how you can transform your confidence and your self-esteem so that you can fall in love with your body and completely do anything in your life from a very different point of view that is sustainable. Because you might feel very confident when you are in great shape, when you lose weight, but then what happens when you gain the weight again, or when we get older, or when we get a scar? Then our confidence goes down again. So that is no way of living, because nothing is sustainable that way when we depend on something physical and exterior to us. We need to start from the inside and see our value as women from the inside out, so that we can fall in love with our bodies for what it truly is, a vessel that takes us through this human experience. So let's get started. So to explain these four keys, how they are applied into boudoir photography and how they can be translated into any area of your life, really. So there's a lot of valuable information here. I want you to stick to the end of this masterclass, because at the end I'm going to give you a special gift that you cannot get any other way. So let's get started. So the first key strategy that you have to implement in order to turn your life around in any area of your life is this. You have to make a decision. You have to decide that the future is not going to equal your past. I don't care where you find yourself in your life right now. If you are hitting rock bottom, if you are just drifting in life, if you are doing great in your life, if you are divorced, married, gain weight, lost weight, have scars, have a tragedy happen in your life, I feel you, but I'm not here to tell you that I understand, because I don't. I am not in your shoes. I'm here to tell you that wherever you are right now, you don't have to stay there, and there is a way out. You cannot expect people to rescue you, and you cannot expect something outside of you fix you. You have to do it. And the first thing is to make a decision that you are going to do whatever it takes, for as long as it takes, using any necessary resources in order to change your future. There's a saying that says, when is the best time to plant a tree? It was 20 years ago. So I don't want you to find yourself 20 years from now wishing that you had taken action today. You need to know what you want your life to be 20 years from now, so that right now you can actually make a plan on how to get there. And the fact that you are here in this moment listening to me, to this masterclass, is telling me that you already made a decision to do something about improving your life, so that 20 years from now, it is exactly what you envision. So you make a decision. That's the first thing, a bold decision. That's it. I had enough. I'm going to do something about that. Once you made a decision, the next thing you have to do is that you have to identify your inner dialogue. Why is this important? It is the basis for where you live in the self-esteem cycle. Your self-esteem is basically the beliefs that you have about who you are. And it's a self-feeding cycle that if you don't break it, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger over time. I'm going to show you a slide here very quickly, right there. That shows you how the self-esteem cycle works. It is exactly the same for the low self-esteem or the high self-esteem cycle. It all starts with your self-talk, your inner dialogue, what you believe about you, how you feel about you, what you are deserving of, what you can do, what you're capable of doing, if you are good enough, beautiful enough, smart enough, all the things that you believe about you and you tell yourself about you, that's what is going to define where you live. And tell you the truth, nobody comes to me telling me I have so high self-esteem, can't wait to take my clothes off. No, everybody tells me I want to have more, increase my self-esteem. Why? Because your inner dialogue about what you look like is negative. And that keeps you in this particular area of your life. You might have high self-esteem in other areas of your life, but in this particular area of your life, you are stuck with low self-esteem about what you look like, and you're defining yourself, your value as a woman, in how your body looks. When you have negative self-talk about who you are or what you deserve, that gets reflected in your achievements in life. What kind of career you have, what kind of money you're making, did you marry, what kind of friends, where do you live, what you put up with. And when you see your life, what you have, where you are standing, and it's not making you happy, then that affects how you perceive yourself and how you perceive others. You are your worst self-critic. You criticize yourself. You criticize others. You're judgmental of others. And when you live like that, obviously it affects your relationships. It affects your marriage, your partnerships with your kids, with your parents, with your coworkers, with people that come into your life. You just, maybe angry or frustrated or shy or introvert. And when you do not have a strong sense of belonging with other human beings, that affects your self-confidence because you feel alone, you feel unwanted, you feel a cast out. And that feeds more into what you believe about yourself, being undeserving and not good enough. And that again feeds more your low achievements in life. You keep sinking and sinking and sinking until you hit rock bottom. But you don't have to stay there. You don't have to hit rock bottom. Right now is the time to do something to change your self-esteem. And that starts with your inner dialogue, your self-talk, what you're telling yourself. The opposite would be to have a positive self-talk about who you are. When you change your inner dialogue, now you feel with more energy to go after your dreams, and that gets reflected in the results in your life. That will affect how you perceive yourself and others. You stop judging. You actually start trusting more, helping more, being more empathetic. That is going to improve your relationships, and that in itself will give you a sense of belonging and connection with other human beings that would make you feel more confident and worthy of who you are. And that will feed again your inner dialogue about what you believe about who you are and what you belong. So that's why it's so important to identify your inner dialogue. So I want you to make a list of everything that you believe about yourself, what you tell about yourself, and then so that we can move on to the third strategy, which is changing your perception, changing your inner dialogue and how you perceive and how you feel about yourself. So in order to do that, I have two strategies for you to change your perception. I told you, you don't necessarily, this is not necessarily just for a boudoir session. This is something for any area of your life. So the two strategies to change your perception of yourself are this. The first one, you have to create a list of all the necessary thoughts and beliefs that you need to have about you if you were feeling the way you want to feel. If you want to feel beautiful and confident, what do you need to be telling yourself? How do you need to be acting? And what do you need to be believing about yourself that reflects in being a woman that feels confident and beautiful? Even if you don't actually do it, you know what you need to do. You know what the belief system that you have to have. You know what you need to be telling yourself. You need to be telling yourself that you have a great, amazing body, that you are beautiful, that you are worthy, that you can you deserve the best in life, that you can get a good man in your life, that you deserve a healthy body, a strong body, that you are capable of getting anything, that you want in life. So make a list. It's like a wish list. Make a vision board, find pictures that reflect those feelings or those actions that reflect the person that you want to be. And the second strategy is create an alter ego. It is like when actors get into the role of performing the life of somebody famous. For example, Julia Childs or Abraham Lincoln or Steve Jobs, for example. These actors, they really get into the roles. They become these characters. They dress like them. They talk like them. They think like them. They act like them. Everything, they study them and they become them, so that we can believe, their roles in the movies. Same thing for your alter ego. You know what a confident, beautiful woman acts like and thinks like. So I want you to create an alter ego and give her a name. You can use a person that you admire. It could be a celebrity that you admire, that she just rocks, that you identify with her because she looks like you. Her body type, her history of her life, you identify with her and you admire her because she's just rocking her life. You can just call yourself her and start to write everything that she does, how she acts, what she has accomplished, where she lives, how she dresses, what does she work. Not that actress, but in your case, what would you be doing? Because when you create this alter ego, now you have a very powerful tool. You see how when you call your dog and the dog comes running away, running to you really, really quickly. Well, your alter ego is the same way. When you mentally call your alter ego, she comes running and takes over your body and starts acting as if. So if what you want is, let's say that you go into a bar because you want to get yourself out there again and start dating, but you feel like, oh my God, I'm just, at 50s, I'm too old, I'm not skinny enough, I can't compete with that 20, 30 years old, how can I attract a man? Well, who is a woman that you admire that would walk into a bar that is about your age and your looks and your situation, and she just comes into a bar and just owns the scene, and men just look at her and then come to her, and then she just talks with confidence and more than anything, and she is okay of whatever outcome comes out of that going out into the bar. So when that's the situation where when you finally get yourself into that bar, into that situation, you call this alter ego and start acting like her. And the more you do it, the more you're going to get used to that, and eventually you will become her. So those are the great tools in order to change your perspective. Create your vision board or a list of the belief system, the actions, what you should be thinking and doing to become the woman, and then create your alter ego. Give her a name and write everything that she is doing, acting, living, dressing, everything. And when you need her, you can just call her at will and take over and start acting like her. And the number 4, the 4 strategies, like once you know who you want to become, now, well, you have to act on it. Like, for example, getting dressed up and going to a bar to socialize and possibly meet men. That is called breaking the pattern. Breaking the pattern that instead of staying home where you are safe, but nothing happens and you're not happy there because it's like, oh, another Friday night by myself. I wish I had a date or I had somebody with. Instead of that, you get yourself out of your comfort zone where it's scary, because what if I don't meet anyone? What if, I'm going to feel awkward? What is people going to think that a woman by myself, poor thing, she had no date? It's more about worrying what people think, that really stop us from doing that. So getting out of your comfort zone, the problem with actually getting out of your comfort zone is because outside of our comfort zone lies the unknown, uncertainty, fear, pain, ridicule, ending up alone. And our brain is designed to keep us safe from all those things. to keep us alive. So when we face that to like actually like getting dressed and finally going to the, we arrive in the car all dressed up to the bar or the restaurant by ourselves, our brain is designed to make us hesitate and not get out of the car, overthink, and come up with all the reasons and all the excuses why we shouldn't get out of the car and go into that bar and start talking to men. Because our brain is designed to keep us safe. Because our brain is saying like, wait a minute, we don't know who's there. You're going to get hurt or ridicule, or nothing's going to happen, or you're going to get hurt. It's dangerous. So our brain will sabotage us and make us hesitate and come up with all the reasons why to stay in our comfort zone. So what do you need to do in order to get out of your comfort zone? Well, you have to break the pattern, take a deep breath, pick the 1, 2, 3 things that you know you need to do. And they're scary, but they're exciting at the same time, because you know that if you succeed, you're going to make a huge leap. Like going out by yourself to a bar. It's scary, but if you succeed and meet this amazing man, quality man, that excites you. Somebody that looks at you through the other side of the room and say like, wow, who is this woman and why is she alone? Let me go and talk to her, before any other man, gets at her. So that's the exciting part. That is the compelling future. And that will help you overcome the fear of, being ridiculed, get rid of this, being ridiculed, or feeling like, everybody's, looking at you and pitying you. The truth is that once you do it, because I've done it and I had to go through that, it's like, oh my God, I'm going by myself, and nobody cared. And oh my God, the men were just like happy. I remember this time I went out to a hotel. There wasn't even that many people. It was a Sunday night, which is not that best night. No, it was a Friday night. But this particular bar in the hotel wasn't very, it wasn't really full. There wasn't a lot of people, but still, I got 2 men to talk to me, and actually both asked me out. I mean, they were like apart. One had to go and but no, without my number. And then the other one came later. So I had no idea what had just happened, and established a conversation. He asked me out, and they ended up going on 2 dates in a row. And I still talk to them, and they're quality men. So that was the reward of getting out of my comfort zone and breaking the pattern, because the easiest thing for me was to stay in my comfort zone and stay home in my PJs, have a dinner with me. Why do I have to get out? I still have a lot of fun by myself. What I'm going to talk to these strangers is, what kind of men I'm going to meet. So I was coming up with all these reasons why I shouldn't do it. And I decided, nope, I need to set the example. I need to break this pattern, and I want to get out of my comfort zone and do the things that scare me and excite me at the same time, so I can prove to myself that it is possible, and I can start training my brain that I'm the one in command, not my brain, and I make the decisions. So when it comes to falling in love with your body and feeling beautiful, what does that look like? Well, you have to step in front of the mirror, and what you see, you have to be able to embrace it, be grateful for it, and fall in love with it. And that's a challenge. So getting out of your comfort zone to feel beautiful and fall in love with your body, it's really accomplished by doing a boudoir session. That's what I discovered. Because the biggest fear of getting out of your comfort zone and stepping in front of the camera with nothing but lingerie, where your whole body is exposed, your biggest fear is that you hate what you see. That your biggest fears about inadequacy and of your body, and that you're not beautiful, that you are too old or too fat or too this or too that, now they're materialized and captured on paper. And you can't hide anymore. So That's why it's so scary. But what is in the other side? In the other side is, I'm going to see my beauty. I'm going to fall in love with my body. That's why I love boudoir photography. It's a great way for women to really feel beautiful and confident, because it breaks the pattern and you do something that scares you but excites you at the same time, because you know that once you feel beautiful and confident, you are going to have better intimacy. You can see what your husband sees. You can rock a dress. You can rock a bikini at the beach. You're just going to feel that you are good enough as you are, and your body, your beauty, what your body looks like doesn't define your worth. So you can see on the other end, and then this is what happens when you see yourself looking absolutely beautiful in pictures. Instantly, a perception of yourself shifts right away. So you start, before you will look at yourself and like, oh my God, look at my stomach, or look at my cellulite. And then you look at these pictures, it's like, oh my God, I'm beautiful. Who's not going to want me? Wow, I had no idea I look like that. I never seen my ass looking that good. I never look at my ass and look at it. It looks amazing. That's what people see. So it really helps you make this shift on your perception of yourself. And then something amazing happens. When you shift this perception, your inner dialogue, and you start to feel good about yourself, those feelings of happiness, of feeling good, what they do to your brain is that it releases endorphins into your brain. The feel-good chemicals, oxytocin and serotonin, which are the same chemicals released when we eat chocolate or ice cream, or we are in love, or we win, we see somebody who we love. It's the same chemicals. So, and this is a great tool, because when we find ourselves in a cycle of low self-esteem, we're constantly trying to look for things to make us feel good, because it's just a response of our brain. Our brain is designed to keep us alive and feel good. And the easiest things to make us feel good are things like food, alcohol, shopping, sex, phone, these little things right here, looking and posting pictures and selfies. They're called addictions. Sugar, ice cream. And when we do them over and over, we get fat, we get in debt, we serial date and overdo the sex with so many guys that leave us feeling empty, and we feel worse about ourselves. And that keep us in the cycle of low self-esteem. And then we repeat them again to have this rush of feeling good, but it doesn't last. It's just an instant. So when you do a boudoir session, because you have these tangible pictures of yourself, the moment that you start feeling good about yourself because you had that oxytocin and serotonin released into your brain, you don't need the chocolate anymore because you're feeling good about yourself. Suddenly you're not that hungry. Suddenly you're not needy about men. You're like, who's not going to want me? I'm beautiful. You know what? This guy, he's an asshole. He's not treating me the way I want to be treated. Next. I deserve a man that really respects me and really appreciates me and calls me and doesn't ghost me. So, and when you're going back into your old habits, then you have this great tool, your pictures, that you can look at. It's like, oh yeah, I remember, I'm beautiful. You show it to your friends, and like, oh my God, Susie, you look amazing. I can't believe that's you. It's like, yeah, I know. It's like, oh, do you show them to this guy? He likes you. Like, oh, really? Yeah. So, so all those things make us feel good about ourselves. And we have this great tool, these pictures that you can have in your phone right here all the time, to be like looking at yourself and reminding, oh yeah, I'm beautiful. Look at me. Who's not going to want me? And this guy right here, he's up for a surprise, and that gives you that courage to like talk to him and flirt with him. It's like, I know I'm beautiful. I had these pictures to prove it. So that's why I'm such a huge advocate for boudoir, for a boudoir session. And so if you think, actually, I know that a boudoir session really can help any woman feel beautiful and increase her confidence and her self-esteem, change the perception of herself, but it's not for everyone. So let me show you here on this thing right here very quick. Okay. All right. So it is not for everyone to do a boudoir session, but I want to invite you to receive this confidence discovery quiz. I'm not gonna sell you anything. You know, I told you this is not to do any type of sales. This is to give you a lot of great value that you can apply every single day of your life. And if you decide that a boudoir photography is something that you want to explore, you need to know if this is actually going to work for you, because you don't want to waste your time and your money in something that is going to make you feel worse about you than the opposite. So in order to do that, I actually created a confidence discovery quiz that will help you understand why boudoir can really help you transform how you feel and see your beauty and change how you feel about yourself. Because boudoir photography triggers the 4 elements that I just mentioned. You make a decision that you are going to change how you feel about you and your body. You identify what you truly believe about you and your body, what you're telling yourself. Then you're going to change your perception by seeing yourself from a very different point of view in beautiful photos that really help you see yourself from a very different light. And it pushes you to get out of your comfort zone and do something that scares the shit out of you, but it also excites you because you know that if you finally feel beautiful, you're going to feel so much better about you. That's why boudoir photography works so well, because it triggers these 4 key strategies to change your life. So in this questionnaire, when you work on it, you're going to get a lot of clarity about what is it that you truly want. It's not pretty pictures that you want. What you really want is a transformation in your life, an outcome, an emotional outcome, because nothing physical is really going to change in your life. You're not going on a diet, you're not changing your hair, you're not moving, nothing is changing. It's an emotional shift that you are looking for. So by getting clarity about exactly what is it that you want, then you can now decide if this is for you. So who is this for, this questionnaire? Who should really take the time, because you're now investing your time in you to make this discovery. So the truth is that if you want to do a boudoir session and you want to work with me, well, the reality is that I can't work with everyone. I have limited time, limited slots, limited spaces in my retreats. So I want to make sure that everyone that I decide to invite to work with me is ready to change her life and how she feels about herself. So this is for you if you know that you are ready. You basically just made a decision to change your life and how you feel about yourself. You're ready. You had enough. You're tired of not feeling good about yourself and letting others define who you are. You want to define your value. And you decide to love you and your body for you, not to be liked, not to be not cheated on, not to be get compliments for your husband or your partner, or change their mind about leaving you or divorcing you or get more intimate with you or see your beauty. No, You cannot control other people. You can only control you. So you have to do it for you. That way other people have the freedom. You're allowing them the freedom to see you, but first doing it yourself. So you have to do it for you first. And then you have to be determined to do whatever it takes. That means that you have to put yourself first, and you have to be ready to invest in you. This is not, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm too busy, or I don't have time, or I have to ask my husband, or I need to wait until I lose weight, or I don't have the money. The reason is that because this is out of your comfort zone, you're coming up with all the reasons why you shouldn't do this. And you're using your kids, your time, your commitments, your money, resources as a reason not to do this. But you have to realize that once you make a decision to actually do this and not let any obstacle stop you from actually achieving that, you are putting yourself first, and you will find a way. This is important for me. I'm going to do it, and I will find the time, the money, the resources, the strength. And that's what I'm here to help you with that. That's why I want to invite you to have, fill this questionnaire. It's totally free. And this is how it works. Once you fill the questionnaire, this is going to help you discover and, unlock what you truly want and why you want it. It's not pretty pictures, as I said. This is an outcome in your life that you want. Because what does a pretty picture do? You want a pretty picture, get a postcard. This is something that you are doing, and you are investing your time, money, and resources and emotions in order to get something out of life, and why you want it. Why do you want to feel this way? Why do you want to grow? So this discovery questionnaire will help you determine that. And once you submit it, now I want to get together with you in order to go over your answers in a 1-hour discovery coaching call. Again, it's completely free. It's not going to cost you anything. But in that call, because you already have determined what is it that you want, and I'm going to help you break it down and tell you how boudoir photography is going to help you and how we're going to do it. So if I decide that this is truly going to help you, then I will invite you to join one of my studios or one of my retreats around the world. I have a studio in Chicago. The other one is in Austin, Texas. And every year I do retreats in Cozumel, Paris, France, and Bali, and Fiji. And so yeah, I will give you options, see what is it that you want to do. They all have great things, to them. The retreats is a full immersion, 5 to 10 days, whereas the studio is just 1 day. They're both great. They're both very efficient. The retreats, they'll get a vacation in between, and you get to interact with a lot of empowering women just like you. And it is very transformative. So if you decide, we decide to work together, I will give you lots of advice on how to prepare for your photo session, how to prepare your body, how to prepare your skin, your hair, how to go shopping, where to go shopping, how to get around, challenges when it comes to outfits. I will prepare you for everything. I have a lot of information for you. And if you're worrying about, do I have to do my hair, my makeup? No, you don't. We are going to get you camera ready. We're going to do your hair, your makeup, and I will help you style your outfit. So you don't have to worry about that. After your session, in the studio, it takes about an hour and a half. The actual shooting time in Paris is actually almost like half a day of shooting because we go to different locations. And in Bali or Fiji or Cozumel, it's more like 2 to 2.5 hours because we shoot a lot there. It's more challenging outside with the sun, the waves, the wind, and all that. So, but after that, we're going to sit down and we're going to go over your images the same day. Why? Well, first of all, I don't want you to, who has time to come back, right? I want to give you instant gratification, but most importantly, I want you to see yourself straight out the camera without any type of digital enhancement so that you can see 100% your natural self without any retouching, so that you can see that it's never as bad as you think. It is actually quite beautiful, and you are perfect just the way you are. Whatever images you decide to select, we're going to put them in a beautiful coffee table book with your favorite images. We're going to design it, send you a proof, and then it's going to come directly to your house. And you're also going to get your digital files, because it's very important for me to have for you to have those images in your phone. I want you to have those images in your phone so that you can look at yourself anytime where you need a boost on confidence and feeling good about yourself by releasing those oxytocin and serotonin that I love so much into your brain when you look at yourself looking absolutely delicious. And you also going to have a lifetime subscription to my private Facebook group, Bolder Beyond 50, where I do exclusive coaching and interviews with experts. But not only that, you also get discounts of bonuses in the form of free retreats and sessions in the studio. Only people that have become my clients, they get these bonuses right here. So you will get a lifetime membership to that. Lots of training, more than anything, lots of expert interviews. And finally, as I said at the beginning, I was going to give you a special gift that you can only get here, which is a $500 image credit that you can use at any of the experiences in the studio or in one of the retreats you're going to get. If there's any extra bonuses that you get from, other sources that I have, this will be an add-on that you can always use. So what is the cost? First of all, I don't like to use it, because you're not buying paper clips here. You are investing in yourself, in your personal growth, in your life, in your future. In your self-esteem, in your empowerment as a woman. You are investing in you. You're not spending money on pictures. You are investing in you. And you have to see this as an investment, because if you don't invest in yourself, how can you expect any man to invest in you? You really have to take this to heart, because how can you expect others to invest their time or their resources in you if you're not willing to do it? You are a high value woman, and you deserve to invest in yourself and put yourself first. So if money is a concern, there's no risk, because you pay nothing until you fall in love with your images. Simple as that. I'm a strong believer in first delivering my promise of value before you put any type of investment down. So it's almost like hiring a lawyer for a big case. There's the lawyers that would ask you for a $5,000-$6,000 retainer, whether they win or lose your case. I don't like those lawyers. I like to work with the lawyers that tell me, you don't pay me anything unless I win your case or solve your problem. Those are the lawyers that I want to work with, because I know they have my best interest in mind and they're working for the money. And after that, if you solve my problem, you deliver, then, I'll pay you. So here is the same thing. Until you fall in love with your images, which I grant you, that is not going to be the problem. But if for some reason, I don't deliver, God forbid, the camera gets into the water and loses your pictures, well, we didn't lose anything. You haven't paid anything. And the reality is that if you go to any, boudoir photography studio, well, that's what they are. They're there to take pictures, and they want their money up front, because they're in the business of selling pictures. And then they pre-sale packages, and you have to prepay a couple of $1,000s to get a package, whether you like the images or not. I'm not like that. I want to first deliver for you before you make any type of investment. So there's no risk to you at all. Let me go back here. Here we are, back in here. So so I invite you to schedule, I invite you to go to the link below, where you're going to get access to the free confidence discovery quiz, It's free for you, and that is going to give you a lot of clarity about where you are in life, what do you really want and why you want it, and that you will answer your question, is this really for me? It's like, yeah, I think you will. So then you will schedule a call with me, and together, we're gonna go over your questions, your answers, and then if you get to this point, I'm pretty sure you will be ready for this. And so I will give you the all the information about dates and trips or studio sessions, whatever you want, and we'll tell you the type of investment to expect, financing, payment plans, all the technical stuff we can discuss, because there's so much, I don't want to bore you with that. So this is the end of this masterclass, the 4 key strategies that you can be keeping for your applying your life in every area of your life. Even if you never do a boudoir session, take them to heart, because it's the same strategy for everything that you want to accomplish in your life. Whatever change that you want to accomplish in your life, you have to make a decision, find out exactly what are you believing about you in that moment, how do you have to change it in order to go where you want to go, and then get out of your comfort zone and take action by breaking the pattern of where you are right now. Pretty much, that's the formula for life. So go ahead and click on the link below, and use this questionnaire as a great opportunity to discover, start your journey of self-discovery into becoming a woman who feels beautiful and confident and deserving of everything that you want in life. I really hope that you found this valuable, and I look forward seeing you on the other side, on the phone, and then in person. So go ahead and click on the link below and take advantage of this free quiz, and I will see you soon. Bye.